live from the MAC. It's time for day 3 of our Monroe University Men's Basketball Invitational. Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Mustangs YouTube channel's coverage of day 3 of the Monroe University Classic. It's going to be the Mustangs taking on Hagerstown Community College here at 1 p.m. I'm Ben Smith here on the call with you, and looking at the way things gone so far, the Mustangs, when they took on Daytona State College, lost in that contest 73-62 against some of the best three-point shooting I have ever seen in collegiate basketball play. Looking down through the list here, 14 threes for Daytona State. Absolutely ridiculous numbers. Leading the way for them was Alex Harper with 22 points, and followed by CJ Hall with 12, and Sadina Ndiaye with 11, using that height on the inside. On the Monroe side of things, we had 4 players in double digits, which still wasn't enough. Nasser Kirksey off the bench with 17 points led the way and had 2 threes, including an and one from a three-pointer that was highlight reel worthy in my opinion. And King Fang Pang, 14 points off the bench. Then we had Nick Williams with 11 points, and Nico Pena with 1 3 to his credit and 11 points. Excuse me, Nick Williams and Pena starting, that is. And swinging over, Daytona walked out of here getting the 2 wins they needed for the Invitational. They beat Hagerstown yesterday, quite handily in fact, 80-43. And looking at the box score for that one, 3 starters with double-digit points in that one. Tyrese Lacey, 15 points. Ryan Booley with 14 points. And Noah Mendy with 14 points as well. And now looking over and looking down throughout the rest of the list, it was a double-double for Booley, who also had 12 rebounds on the contest as well. Notably, Flamio Mateus off the bench had 10 rebounds as well for Daytona State. And looking at Hagerstown side of the equation, no starters had scored double digits in that game, being firmly shut down. The only player that was able to score double digits was Tijon Silva with 11 points. So that all in mind, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to get underway. Looking at the all-time history of the Mustangs against Hagerstown Community College. They are 27-3 all time. They have not lost a game against Hagerstown since November 24th of 2018. That, folks, I turn it down courtside at Daniel Weiss on the public address for today's opening ceremonies. That, ladies and gentlemen, is Daniel Weiss with the opening ceremonies and the starting lineups. Ben Smith here on the call with you for this final home game of the semester before we all go on holiday break. So, what are the expectations here today? Monroe suffered their first home loss 2 days ago against Daytona State, who I mentioned as well beat Hagerstown yesterday in decisive fashion. And so here, as I'm also the record all-time, 27-5 all-time against Hagerstown for the Mustangs. Let's see if they can finish it off here today. The blue and the yellow lettering with the trim for Monroe, the white with the green trim and lettering for Hagerstown. Starting five for Monroe, number 3, Jago Robinson, as we're about to get ready to tip-off, fight for the ball, and we are underway. Jago Robinson having right possession started off. He's joined with Nico Pena, Kylan Tahart, the Dutchman, Abraham Rosario, number 20, and number 23, Nick Williams. Over towards the corner from 3, and it doesn't go through. And a good rebound for the second chance made through by Jago Robinson. Now Hagerstown gets their first possession after Monroe strikes first blood. Looking at Hagerstown side of things. Number 2, Dakari Enwarm, has the on starting lineup, followed by number 5, Jalen DeBose. Number 11, Tijon Silva. And 22, Rafael Barcinas. And number 25, Trey Williamson. The ball goes out of bounds, and it's going to be a missed possession there for the Hawks. Mustangs now start off their next possession. Nico Pena at the point, starting off the next play. He's evaluating his options. A lot of room on the inside there if they can get through. Moving towards the corner. A 2-3 zone defense being played by the Hawks here. Go towards the inside. Almost tipped away for a steal, but they keep control of it and tipped out of bounds defensively. Oh, a little bit of push and shoving there was accidental, but nobody upset there. But knocked out of bounds by number 22 of Barcinas. Inbounding here to Tahart. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Got to get the shot off. From 3, airballed and well wide for Jago Robinson. And now the Hawks will start off with their next possession. They're still down 2-zip to start off here. I would love to see nothing more than to get an upset against the Mustangs. Get the first win for their program against the Mustangs since 2018. Pass around the outside. Search for a 3 and stolen away. And here's a grab for it by number 20 of Abraham Rosario. Rosario, the 6'8 freshman from the Bronx, passes the point to Pena. Mustangs sticking around, seeing if they can get some momentum going. Williams at the point, also looking for some redemption after that loss on Friday. Coach Jeff Brustad, eyes are not happy with it. And a big steal here for the takeaway for Tijon Silva. To the corner from 3. Bounces, doesn't go through. For number 2 of Dakari Enwaram, the 6'1 guard from Maryland. And rounded by Tahart, but then it's going to be turned back over because of a travel. So a little bit of a missed opportunity there for Kylan Tahart, the 6'8 sophomore from Hulu, Netherlands. The Flying Dutchman wanting to see if he can get a stop here. Gets kind of out-juked wide a little bit. Shot from 3 doesn't go through for DeBose, but he does rebound his own shot. Trying to go for a well outside shot there. And it's going to go off the back of the backboard and then go bounce out of bounds. So it'll be a Mustangs ball here. Oh, they scramble on the inside. Good steal there for Williamson. Goes the inside. Pass. Shot goes well wide for Rafael Barcinas. And bounced out of bounds off of Abraham Rosario there on the defensive side of things. So it'll still be a Hagerstown ball. And we have not had, besides that opening salvo for the Mustangs, we've had no basket made in the last 2 minutes of play. I don't think I've ever seen a start this bad here at the MAC before. I know head coach Jeff Brustad loves to emphasize rebounding and defense. Mustangs are looking a little cold on shooting to start, but so is Hagerstown with another miss there for number 11 of Silva. Pena at the point for the Mustangs. Let's see if they can get set up for a set play here. Evaluating their options. Goes to Hart. Over to the corner towards Robinson. Well outside to Pena from 3. Offensive foul called against the Mustangs. And head coach Jeff Brustad is beside himself right now with that call. And it's called against Abraham Rosario. First foul of the contest goes against the Mustangs. Now the Hawks set up for their next play. Here at the point is DeBose. Goes outside towards Xavier Pickett, who has now come into play. Guard from Laurel, Maryland. Fast mid-range, jumping inside, absolutely stuffed by Rosario. Running over a fast break attempt and sliding out of bounds, losing traction on the footing is Jago Robinson. It looks like we got a decent attendance from some fans here, despite the weather outside. Originally, we were called for 1 to 2 inches of snow, and we got more like 4 to 5. Took me about 90 minutes to get in here from South Norwalk due to conditions on the highway. And it's a good thing Hagerstown was already here in town for the tournament. Otherwise, we probably would not be having this game today, ladies and gentlemen. And we get to have a game, and we get to entertain you wonderful folks watching from home. Oh, inside, well pass inside. Beauty of a play from DeBose inside to Najee Allen, who's come in to play for the Hawks, 6'4" from Hagerstown. That ties it back up with the first basket made in 4 minutes for either team. Mustangs looking to regain some of the initiative here. And fast corner and knocked out of bounds, stepped out of bounds for Nick Williams. This is not the start the Mustangs were looking for in this one. And starting off the next play, Pickett at the point. And a little pressure being applied here. Passing inside to DeBose and back outside to Pickett. We have a 1-2-2 defensive setup here. Oh, and ball knocked away, stolen. Here comes Robinson. Wisely slows it down as the lanes close up and gets over to Pena in the corner. Pena trying to move to the inside. Almost loses the handle on it. Outside from 3 for Nick Williams. Doesn't go through. Robinson gets the rebound. And he'll get fouled. So the first foul of the contest there for the Hawks. And now substituting out will be Tijon Silva. Coming back and coming in will be Zier Smith Bay. Zier Smith Bay, 6'4" from Sicklerville, New Jersey. Oh, to Hart holding on to it here. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Robinson goes for a big shot, gets denied defensively, and then the follow-up is good for Abraham Rosario after that big block. Monroe up 4-2 now, 14:42 still to go here in the first half. Plenty of time. Hart trying to apply some pressure with Robinson. Hagerstown pass outside, searching around. Oh, they get some room on the inside here with a good pass towards Williamson. But they have to go back outside. Shot from 3. Doesn't go through for Najee Allen. Rebounded by Pena. Here comes Robinson. Jukes tries to go for the layup. Can't get it to go through, not finishing the shot. That's a big problem we're seeing here. A lot of players on both sides of the ball just not following through and finishing up on shots right now. Inbounded to the corner from 3. And it'll be short for Fernando de los Santos, freshman from Ontario, Canada, who came into play. And out of bounds there on the errant pass for the Hawks. That turns the ball back over to Mustangs with 14 minutes remaining here in this first half. Outside. Pena. Inside De Los Santos, and he loses the handle on it and stolen away by Nasia Allen. This is not going the way the Mustangs wanted to start. Wants to wonder if they might have a little bit of hangover coming on from that bruising game against Daytona, but then they get a good block there from Rosario to stop the shot attempt from Barcinas. Way outside to the corner. Nick Williams can't find the room to take a shot. Pass the inside. Layup goes off the side of the board for De Los Santos. Skyhook misses for DeBose. And this one will go out of bounds. It'll be a Monroe ball. Give you a sense of how bad it's going right now. It's 1 for 8 right now for Hagerstown, shooting only 12%. And the Mustangs shooting 2 for 9 at 22.2%, which is just nobody wants this kind of start. And both teams are 0 for 4 from the three-point line. I'm pretty sure we've seen better shooting from the Washington Wizards. And that one will go up and go through. As nice basket there made finally for Riley Dunn. 6-2 Mustangs lead. And a foul. And that'll be Nick Williams getting called for that foul. Inbounded. Barcinas at the point. Now to Pickett. Pickett, good passing inside. Laid up and good for Josh Summers. The 6'6" forward from Hagerstown, maybe able to make that. And to Hart. Over the corner towards Nick Williams, almost losing the handle on the double team. Barely hanging on to it there. Passing inside to De Los Santos, and it bounces out, but he will draw the foul. And they'll call this foul against Tijon Silva. And that'll be another foul for the Hawks. So Fernando De Los Santos, the Canadian, will go to the line to shoot 2. Let's see if he can expand the lead to potentially a 3-point lead or a 2-possession game. Nope. First free throw, no good. Let's see what he does here on the second. And second free throw is made nicely for De Los Santos. Monroe leads by 3. Still a 1-possession game. Look for the Hawks to try and seek a response. They got some presence in the corner, mid-range jumper. Well, out of bounce on it, but that one does go in for Josh Summers. And that closes the gap down to 1. Pena at the point. Pass outside to Hart. The Flying Dutchman. Pass to the inside. Riley Dunn just barely holding on to it. Has to get rid of it out of Williams. To Hart again. Double coverage. Dynamic mobility on this defense right now. Scramble for the rebound. Pena just barely hanging on to it. Oh, and he loses his footing. Pass outside from 3 for Williams. Doesn't go through. Scramble for the ball and stepping out of bounds. Can't get the rebound in time. And that turns the ball back over to the Hawks. Just terrible shooting right now across the board for both these teams right now. Monroe still leads 7-6, 11:27 to go here in the first half. Here's Barcinas at the point. Pass outside to Enwaram. Good pass in, stretch pass inside, and that goes up and in for Josh Summers. And that'll give Hagerstown the lead for the first time in this contest, 8-7, with 11:07 to go. Inside to Dunn, loses the handle on it, and gets tipped away. Good defense being played there by Warham. And stuffed the ball away right as Dunn was jumping up to try and go for the layup and use the height to his advantage. Riley Dunn, the Australian center, stands at 7 foot. He's the tallest player on either roster. Tahart tried to look for him there and gets denied. Tipped away by Summers. De Los Santos has it now, and they're in to play Tavian Tyler from Mount Vernon, New York. Had a little bit of struggling on shooting back on Friday. Oh, and that just barely misses. Almost was I thought it was going to be an and one, and it bounced out for Riley Dunn. And it'll be a foul against Silva. And so now Riley Dunn will get to shoot 2 from the free throw line. And let's see what the Aussie can do. First free throw is good for Riley Dunn. Substitution here. Naja Allen comes in to replace Silva for Hagerstown. And second is also good for Riley Dunn and gives the Mustangs back the lead at 9-8. Barcinas outside. Passer on the outside. Searching for a 3 potentially for the Hawks. They can't get it. Mid-range jumper. No good for Josh Summers. Mustangs still trying to see if they can pull away from this Hawks team. As I've talked about, they've had a storied record against them. Here's a shot from 3. And it's good for Tavian Tyler. First 3-point shot made for either team in this contest so far. And first points for him. 12-8 now, Mustangs lead with a 2-possession lead. Hawks looking for a response. Here's a response 3. Short for Barcinas. Response again. This time it does go through for Xavier Pickett. And it's back to a 1-point game. And he loves that one and clapping in celebration. Even Tyler at the point. Goes to Dunn, inside to Tahart. Back outside to Williams. And back to Dunn at the point. And now outside to Tyler. 13 seconds on the shot clock. Mustangs are searching around, trying to call for a pick there. Gives Tyler the space he needs, and he sinks the 3. 2 straight threes for Tavian Tyler. 15-11. Here's Barcinas. Outside to Pickett. Pickett drives the lane, gets double team, has to pass outside towards Warham. Warham can't get through and goes inside to Summers, who draws the foul. That one will be charged to De Los Santos. We're even up at 3 fouls apiece for both these squads. And Trey Williamson now will substitute in along with Jalen DeBose to replace Barcinas and Summers for Hagerstown. Mid-range doesn't go through for Warham, and a foul. Scrambling, excuse me, while scrambling for the rebound. And Tavian Tyler will get called for that one. Inbounded outside to Naja Allen. Pass inside, can't go for it, and it's going to be off the heel of Warham. This will be a Mustangs ball, a little slow to get up as the big man of Riley Dunn. Looks like he's going to continue and be all right after that collision. Well, scrambling for the ball. It was like Coach Brewstad wanted a foul call on that one and didn't get it. 4-3 in the foul count. One extra for the Mustangs over the Hawks. Goes outside to Hart. Over towards Nick Williams from 3, and he sinks it! Nick Williams with the big 3. 18-11. Finally, the Mustangs starting to roll some momentum. Up by 7. Can they keep it going? Or will the Hawks be able to stop the momentum and get a response? Good ball movement right now. Triple team on the inside. Was on the zone protection. Pickett trying to search around. Goes the inside and then back to the corner. Had an opening, but could have gotten a 3, but doesn't go for it. First shot, though, misses for Enwaram. And then it misses as well for Williamson, who then draws the foul. And it'll be Kylan Tahart gets called for that one. And so Trey Williamson will get to shoot 2 here. The forward from 6'5" forward from Fort Washington, Maryland. And the first free throw is good. And second one is also good. Davian Tyler outside towards Tahart. Almost lost by De Los Santos and goes up for the layup, and he'll get fouled. Called against Enwaram. And he'll get to shoot 2. 5-4 in the fouls now, with the 4th for Hagerstown. Looks like some substitutions getting ready to come in here for the Mustangs. Looks like Pena getting ready to come back in. First free throw is good for De Los Santos. And also Jago Robinson coming back in. And it looks like head coach Jeff Brustad trying to give some of the players who normally don't get as much play time a little more love in this game. And just notably, we have not seen Nasser Kirksey come in for this one. Or Fakir Mosley, who were big weapons in that game on Friday. And we haven't seen King Fang Pang as well. Pass the inside. Going to see if they can get it to go through for Williamson. Oh, lost a hand on the ball. It's a bit of a scrum for it. And off the foot. Be off DeBose's foot and still be and it'll be a Mustangs ball as they were trying to go for the steal there. 20-13, Mustangs lead by 7. 7:38 to go. Dunn will get credited with a steal on that. And Josh Summers will come in to relieve the beleaguered Williamson. Tavian Tyler at the point. Tries to get a pick from De Los Santos. Santos reverses, gets to Jago Robinson from 3. Well short, rebounds his own shot. And as he's trying to drive through the middle, he'll get fouled. It's now evened up at 5 fouls apiece between these two teams. And Takari and Warham comes out. And number 22, Rafael Barcinas, comes back in. Down to Dunn at the point. Reverses, gets to Tyler on the outside and back to him. Pena over the head of the defenders, trying to look to him in a skyhook attempt there. Doesn't go through for Dunn. Just a lot more of that inability to finish shots right now. Pickett inside to Summers. Summers, jumper. Doesn't go through. Jim DeBose credited with that steal earlier. And Mustangs now will get the ball back here. Hawks have had opportunities to try and close the gap. Can't follow through on shots, or they turn it over. Oh, wide open to the inside, and that's good for Nico Pena. Catching the Hawks flat-footed there on the inside. 22-13 now. Inside, pass back outside. And DeBose over towards Pickett. From 3, goes wide for Naja Allen. Rebounded by Tavian Tyler, off to the races to Pena. Pena from 3, doesn't make it. Rebound shot, though, is good for Fernando de los Santos. And a timeout called by the Hawks as Monroe now leads 24-13, and it'll be a full timeout, and we'll take one here as well on the airwaves, and we'll be right back here shortly on the Mustangs YouTube channel with our coverage. Ben Smith here, we'll be back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Mustangs YouTube channel's coverage of men's basketball on day 3 of the Monroe Invitational. We are back underway. Let's see what adjustments the Hawks were able to make. Getting a double team there at the half-court line, trying to force out of bounds. Doesn't work for the Mustangs. Rapid passing around right now. Here's a shot from 3 for DeBose, and he makes that one. Second 3 made of the contest for Hagerstown. Monroe has 3 to their name, 24-16 right now. Passing inside to Dunn. Doesn't make the shot. It's going to be a foul. That's a 6th foul. I believe that's called against Nasia Allen, his first. Here's a shot from 3. Oh, and it's good for Jago Robinson, ladies and gentlemen, from the corner. Back with 1-3 deserves another. Back up by 11 for the Mustangs. 5.5 minutes to go here in this first half, and a foul. They'll call that one against Tavian Tyler for a shove. We're just shy of the bonus for both these squads. They're at 6 fouls apiece. Inside to Allen. Jumper doesn't go through. Rebounded easily by De Los Santos. De Los Santos. Pass over the corner. It's Tavian Tyler. And Pena to the arc. Doesn't work on the 3. Tyler gets the rebound. So they can set up a second chance here. And knocked out of bounds. And nope, a foul actually for a slap to the arm from Jalen DeBose towards Riley Dunn. That'll be the 7th. And so now we'll go to the charity stripe. Riley Dunn now will get a chance to go 1-1. First free throw is good for Riley Dunn. And now he'll get to take a second. And second free throw is good for the sophomore Aussie. Press being played here by the Mustangs, trying to force a mistake from the Hawks. The Hawks will get through. Shot from 3. That one was a beauty for Rafael Barcinas. I had perfect angle for that one, and I could tell that one was probably going to go in. An errant pass from De Los Santos over the head of Robinson turns it back over to the Hawks. Down by 10 still to the Mustangs with 4:43 remaining here in this first half. Ball inbounded here. And we'll start off the next play. Hawks got to find some way to get some traction on shooting. They're 7 for 21 and field goals, only 33%. Spin move, mid-range jumper. That's got some things they got to bring together like that. And Josh Summers able to put together another good shot there. That mid-range jumper after the spin move. 8 points for him, showing some good fancy footwork. Tavian Tyler at the point. Goes to Nico Pena. Pena. He's evaluating his options right now and where to go to, and he'll go outside to Jago Robinson. And then back to him. 7 seconds on the shot clock here. Gotta get something off quick. Robinson gets double teamed here on the pressure. 3 seconds on the clock. Tyler from 3 goes wide. Second chance shot. Doesn't go through for Pena, but he does draw the foul. And another smack to the wrist for Jalen DeBose as he's reaching in. That'll be his second personal foul. 2 straight for him. And it'll be 2 shots here for Nico Pena. And it looks like Xavier Pickett getting ready to come back in. First free throw is good for Nico Pena. And second one is also good for Pena. That's the Staten Island freshman, building up to having a solid performance for himself. And now the Hawks trying to see if they can get a response here. Back down by 10. Shot from 3 is good. Xavier Pickett making his presence known right off the bench. And a 31-24. Hagerstown starting to string together some solid plays. Down to a 7-point lead. Inside De Los Santos misses the block. Good dodging and weaving to make that one and stop the bleeding. Maintain the gap, back up to 9. And Barcinas gets the pick. And look for a shot, can't go through. Josh Summers, and then over to Enwaram, and a foul. And a push to the back, called against Riley Dunn for his first personal foul. And both teams firmly in the bonus at this point. So now Hagerstown will get to go to the line with Josh Summers shooting one and one. First free throw, no good. Easily rebounded by Riley Dunn. And they go to the point towards Pena. And now over towards Tavian Tyler. And back to Dunn, outside Pena. Corner 3 attempt, and it's good! Nico Pena with a big one there. And that an absolute dagger towards the hopes of this Hawks team. Monroe leading by 12. 2.5 minutes to go here in the half. The Hawks need to get some traction going. 44% shooting for Monroe, 39 for the Hagerstown Hawks, so it's not that big of a difference between them. Both of them started off really cold. And a big steal here for Tavian Tyler. It's an Oklahoma land rush down the court, and he makes the layup on the fast break. Just really finds the space to do it. Pickett tried to look to do the same. Lane closes up. Pass around the outside. All right, search for a corner. Calling for a play here. Pickett outside to Barcinas. Well outside from 3. Misses. Scramble for the rebound. Pickett gets it. Shoots from 3. And he sinks it. Xavier Pickett putting another 3 up to his name. Off a solid rebound. 9 points for him. All his baskets have been 3s. Shot from 3 response. Jago Robinson doesn't make it. Allen gets the rebound. Pace of play picking up here. Both these teams trying desperately to search for points. And it's a charge. And Barcinas gets called for it. And that turns it right back over towards the Mustangs, who remain up by 11. 30-second timeout. will be called by Monroe. So, as we look down through some of the stats here, the big thing going in Monroe's favor, they are out-rebounding this Hawks team 19-8. 9 offensive rebounds to their 4 and 10 defensive rebounds to their 4. So the Mustangs are really managing to dominate there. And from what I've gotten this ad nauseum all the time from Jeff Brustad in my interviews with him. Rebounding is a big emphasis that this team puts on, and winning those battles inside the paint. Because remember, ladies and gentlemen, defense wins championships. Don't matter the sport. Good defense will win you a championship and go a long way. We go down throughout the rest of this too. About even on steals, 5-4 in favor of Hagerstown. And the points in the paint, 14-6 in favor of Monroe. And points off turnovers, 9-4 in favor of Monroe. So when they make turnovers, they are capitalizing on it, and they are very strong in the paint. Both teams have 5 threes apiece, so that kind of cancels each other out there. But that's the big key where they're winning. Let's see what they call for a play here. Pena, well outside from 3, and he sinks it! Nico Pena with a big one there, and another one that was much needed. 41-27. Mustangs firmly rolling the momentum. 10 points for Pena in this one. An assist to Tavian Tyler, his third. Pickett from outside. Doesn't make the 3 this time. And easily rebounded by Jago Robinson. 45 seconds to go here in the half. Mustangs looking to send this off into the halftime on an exclamation point. Brustad calling for a play, telling players to get into certain positions. Back door wide open, and it's good for De Los Santos. Shot clock turns off. Under 30 seconds to go here in the half. 43-27. Pickett at the point. Looking for something for the Hawks. Trying to close the gap. Outside. Over to the corner. Pickett jumps just inside the three-point line. Can't get it to go. Rebounded by Robinson. Slows things down. 5 seconds on the clock. Got to get a shot off. Tavian Tyler well outside from 3. Airballs it. And thrown back in bounds on the last second there, but nothing to be done. And with that, folks, it's 43-27 at halftime. Mustangs are up over the Hagerstown Hawks. We'll take a break here for the next 15 minutes, and we'll be back with first half stats and second half action here from the Mustangs YouTube channel. I'm Ben Smith. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Mustangs YouTube channel's coverage of men's basketball action here from the MAC. We're getting back underway with the second half action here. Taking a look at the stats from that first half. Nico Pena, the only player in double digits for both teams at 10 points. Top scorer for Hagerstown is Xavier Pickett with 9 points off the bench, followed closely by Josh Summers with 8 points off the bench. Hawks have the ball to start off. Let's see if they can close the gap or if they'll still be struggling on the shooting. Oh, and tipped away almost and goes out of bounds as Jago Robinson tried to go for the steal. Besides this game, we have the women's basketball team from our sister campus, the Monroe Express here, and they will be playing a game after this. There's a drive, laid up and doesn't go through for Barcinas. No foul called, and ball's picked off by Williams. Over to Pena. Kicked outside. Oh, and a little errant on the pass, missed and tipped. Wow. I was not expecting that to go in the Mustangs' favor. And the head coach for the Hawks, Bernard Hopkins, is irate right now. It looks like somebody tipped it just barely. Inbound here to Hart. Over to Pena. Inside to Hart. Missed the handle on it and turns it back over. And now over the front to DeBose. And DeBose. Kicked outside from three, and that one is good for Silva. And now the Mustangs start off at the point for the next play. A good play there for Hagerstown, but they got to stream some more together. They're still down 13, 43-30. Now movement around, trying to search for that option. Robinson goes back to Pena. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Got to get something off. Robinson from three. Falls short. Rebounds his own shot. Tries to go for a second chance shot. Can't get it, but he does draw the foul. And it'll be Tijon Silva gets called for that one. And now Jago Robinson will get to shoot two. First free throw no good as it bounces off the back of the rim. And the second falls short. Can't get the rebound. Most of the Mustangs abdicate the inside. And we'll start off for the Hawks' next drive. Outside for Allen, evaluating his options, taking his time with it. Goes towards Silva from three. It's going to ball short, rebounded by Abraham Rosario. And a jump ball forced. Barcinas able to get the hands in on there, and it'll still be a Mustangs ball. Also, for you football fans out there, I don't know what your fandom is. I'm delighted to say that the Patriots are up 21-0 over the Bills right now. So if you are a fellow fan of New England Nation, I'm grinning like me. You're grinning from ear to ear right now. Just a quick tidbit there. Giants are getting shut down by the Commanders right now, and Jackson Dart struggling to get some offense going. Kind of like how the Hawks are here right now. Shot from three falls short for Nick Williams. Rebounded by Tahart, and it bounces, doesn't go in. Can't finish the layup. Stretch pass here attempted. What an interception there for Nick Williams to get the steal. Got back just in time to shut down the surprise play and read that beautifully. Tahart from three. Doesn't go through. Fight for the rebound. It's kind of a bit of a scrum for the ball on the bottom. And it's going to be picked up and held onto by Barcenas. And he'll go outside to DeBose. DeBose to the corner. To Barcenas. Drives. Kicked outside. Mid-range, and it's good for Nasia Allen. And it closes the gap to an 11-point lead. 4 points now for Allen. Pena at the point. Over the corner. Lost on the handle but for Robinson, but he draws the foul. And Nasia Allen gets called for his second. So 2 fouls already to start off the second half for the Hagerstown Hawks. Inbounded. Ooh, and a little bit of a charge. Yeah, that was pretty clear for, you can see the frustration on Nick Williams' face for that one. And that'll be the first foul of the half for the Mustangs. That's his third personal foul. Barcenas moving the ball around. Kicked out from 3 for Allen, and that one is good. So both these teams are fairly even on the 3-point shooting in this game. That's the 7th 3 for Hagerstown. No one's really matching what Daytona was able to do when they're 3-point shooting. And a good drive to the inside and laid up nicely for Nick Williams. 5 points for him. 45-35. Outside from 3. Short. Robinson gets the rebound on the miss for Silva. Mustangs got to not be complacent. Hawks are within striking distance. If they can string some plays together. Oh, and a big steal here coming up. Here comes Barcenas. And he'll get that one off the steal. Drops the lead down to 8. 2 steals for the game for Barcenas, and now 5 points. Pena at the point. Calls for DeHart to go to the inside. Fakes it and goes to Robinson in the corner. Misses. Fight for the ball. And jump ball forced, and it'll be Hawks ball. Off the jump. And DeHart, who is struggling on shooting, will come out. And Riley Dunn will come in. And Tavian Tyler will come in to replace Jago Robinson. So a little bit of adjustments being made here by head coach Jeff Brustad, and he's shaking his head disapprovingly right now from the sideline. Play call from the point from Barcenas. It's outside to Silva and to Allen. Inside to Williamson. Can't find room to pick and roll. Kicks outside. Mid-range jumper. Doesn't go through for Allen. And here comes Tavian Tyler down for the Mustangs. Gets to Nick Williams. And Nick Williams is going to draw the foul. And trying to argue his case is Silva, who gets called for that one. And that's his 4th personal foul. He's 1 away from fouling out. And here comes some reinforcements. Going to kick in immediately. Looks like a bit of an overhaul for the Hawks. As Takari and Warham comes back in, as well as number 21 of Josh Summers. Inbounded outside to Dunn, to Pena. Dunn trying to evaluate his options, reverses to Williams. He goes over to Tavian Tyler. And overthrown on the pass attempt, going out of bounds, and that turns it back over to the Hawks. Starting off the next play here for the Hawks. Barcenas with the point. Still an 8-point lead for the Mustangs. Hawks have started to kind of chip away at it a little bit. Inside to Allen. And back out to Barcenas. And then inside as well to Summers, who draws the foul. And that one will be called against Abraham Rosario. And you can see the frustration coming on his face for that one. I'm trying to argue his case. Pass outside, shot from 3, and it's good. Beauty of a shot there for Nasia Allen, and that closes the gap to a 5-point game and a full timeout called by the Hagerstown Hawks. And we'll take a break here as well and be right back here on the Mustangs YouTube channel in about a minute. I'm Ben Smith. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Mustangs YouTube channel's coverage of men's basketball action from the MAC. We're getting back underway. Let's see what adjustments are made by both these squads. They're leading up by big lead coming into this. Mustangs are now finding themselves on the back foot as Hagerstown has closed the gap to 45-40. This ain't over yet, folks. Pena from 3, and he makes that one. That's exactly what the Mustangs needed in that moment. That was a beauty. Nico Pena having himself a day, 13 points. Riley Dunn with the assist. Barcinas outside towards Pickett. Pickett has been strong on three-point shooting for the Hawks. Neither team started this game off real well in shooting. Oh, and a big steal here coming up. Oklahoma land rush down the court. Rosario gets through, and it's an and one! Abraham Rosario, ladies and gentlemen, making his presence known and a chance for another three-point swing. And head coach Hopkins for the Hawks smacks the scorer's table in anger after that. Here comes the free throw. Miss on it. Fight for the rebound, though. And Mustangs come up with it. Going to be a jump ball potentially forced here, and it is. And they are basically rugby scrumming for the ball right now. Nobody's willing to let go, and the refs got to break it up. Boy, that was a dogfight in the inside there between number 22 of Rafael Barcinas and number 20 of Abraham Rosario. They're going to call it a Mustangs ball by the sound of it. Yes. And there's an argument going on the court about it right now. And an argument going on from the Hawks bench right now. So Mustangs still have a chance at a 4-point swing here. Inside quickly, and foul drawn immediately by Riley Dunn as he tried to go for the layup. And the foul charged here. It'll be 2 shots coming up. 4th foul for Jalen DeBose. That's the second Hawks player to hit 4 fouls. So 2 players are in danger of fouling out now for the Hawks. First free throw is no good. And here comes Trey Williamson into play, and he'll replace Josh Summers. And second one is no good either on the free throw. Could have been a big opportunity for Mustangs, but they couldn't really show much for it. They're back up by 10 now. Rapid passing around the outside. The pace of play has picked up here tremendously as everybody's fighting for every little bit they can get. The Hawks are not going to go down quietly. Mid-range jumper doesn't go through for Allen. Rebounded, though, by Barcinas, who's kind of trying to put things on his back here. Kicked outside again. Missed from three again for Allen. And this time Tavian Tyler able to get the rebound. Stretch pass to De Los Santos. Fight for some space. Mid-range jumper. Overshoots. Easily rebounded by Naja Allen. Here comes the charge from Barcinas, and he'll make that for the layup. He's also got 7 rebounds on the game. 7 points. Naja Allen gets the assist credit for that. Down to 8 points. Pena goes for the layup. Can't get through, but he will get fouled. And it'll be Naja Allen gets called for that one. And that'll be his third. And we're already at 6 fouls in the half for Hagerstown right now. And we're not even at 10 minutes to go. But hey, in the immortal words of Yankee great Yogi Berra, it's getting late early, ladies and gentlemen. And that first free throw is good for Nico Pena. And also, while we got a little bit of a lull in the action, I want to shout out my good friend and fellow Mustangs commentator, Mike McGinnis. Hope you're having a good time at home, buddy, and have a happy holidays. Hope to see you sometime either here or maybe at Manhattanville for some hockey. And second free throw is good. Nico Pena having himself a day, 15 points. Tijon Silva also substitutes in to relieve the beleaguered DeBose. With the ball around, here comes Barcinas. Gets it to Pickett, and then inside to Williamson. Williamson trying to go for a layup, can't find space to do it. Goes outside to Silva. Almost lost the handle on the ball to reverse. 2 seconds on the shot clock. 3-point shot, no good for Naja Allen. Fast break here, and that's going to be good for Tavian Tyler. Coach Jeff Rusad calls for defensive formation 4. Tavian Tyler, with that, is up to double digits. 54-42. Barcinas moving the ball around, searching for options. He gets to Naja Allen. Kicked out from 3 for Barcinas. Can't get to go through. Dunn gets the rebound relatively easily. Here comes Pena. From 3, wide open. Can't get to go through. Rebounded by Silva. Barcinas drives. Passing inside towards Williamson. Skyhook. Can't get to go through. Just barely held on by De Los Santos on the rebound there to keep it from going out of bounds. And Fernando De Los Santos on 4 rebounds right now. 3 of them defensive. Movement on the inside here. A little indecision on a play call. Pena well outside from 3. Doesn't get to go through. Pickett will rebound it. 54-42 still. Allen from 3. Doesn't go through. Scram for the rebound and a foul. An elbow thrown. And this time be called against Trey Williamson. And that will about put us in the bonus. Yep, and it will. 7 fouls now for the Hawks. Only 2 for the Mustangs, so a huge advantage in fouls here in this second half. It's been an absolute massacre in the fouls count for the Hawks right now. One and one here, and so the first shot is good for Riley Dunn. Let's see what he does here on the second. Second one doesn't go through. And a foul pop to the inside. One more shot still. Looks a violation step to the inside. false start for Xavier Pickett. And so the extra shot given is good for Riley Dunn. Pickett is looking to sign something. It's a 56-42. 14-point lead now for the Mustangs. Back up to where they were to start this half. After the Hawks made them sweat a little bit. Spin move, jumper, doesn't go through, and it's going to be a foul this time against the Mustangs. And they'll cover number 5, Riley Dunn. So the 7-foot center. The Aussie gets called for that one. And be shooting 2 here for Josh Summers. First free throw, no good. Has one more in the pocket to shoot here. But yeah, we got 2 players with 4 personal fouls right now in that danger zone for Hagerstown. That's Silva and DeBose. And second one is no good. Rebounded easily by De Los Santos. So he's on the court right now. Silva needs to be careful. You not get too much big with the argy-bargy. Pena tries to go for the shot there, can't get it, rebounds it, kicks outside to Tyler. Inside here to Dunn. Getting double-teamed hard. Inside protection really picking up steam right now for the Hawks. Tavian Tyler, jumper, can't get it to go through. And the second chance shot is good for Nick Williams. (58-42). And Silva, pass outside, gets to Pickett. Pickett goes underneath, and he'll kick outside. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Inside, mid-range jumper, good for Nasia Allen. And now we'll start off the next play. Tavian Tyler at the point. De Los Santos kicked out. And Tyler. De Los Santos is wide open, calling for a play here. And that one is good with the shot, well, just outside for Nick Williams. And timeout called, full timeout called by the Mustangs. And so with that, folks, Monroe leads 60-44. And looking to my left right now, looks like a couple members of our staff got that BK action going on right now with the Bacon King. Unlike the Hawks, they are having it their way right now. And we'll take a quick break here and be right back here on the Mustangs YouTube channel. Ben Smith on the call. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Mustangs YouTube channel. Ben Smith on the call here from the MAC. Even the referees are wanting to get on that Burger King action right now. Everybody is. Only ones who aren't going to be having it their way, like I said, is the Hawks, and it's stolen away here, but Monroe's having it their way, and laid up and in on the fast break for Tavian Tyler. So what Mustangs, whatever they decide to do there on that timeout, it's already working to effect. Great defense being played there inside the paint. 62-44. After all, closing the gap to 5 from the Hawks, it's now almost a 20-point lead. Kicked back out and kept alive. Almost its own way here, and it is. Big steal here for Barcinas. Desperation calls for desperate measures. Gets to Summers. Skyhooks it, and he'll get called for the travel. Got a little too overexcited there. Whereas the rebounding and the defense inside the paint for the Mustangs, if I may steal a quote from Clyde Frazier, is catalytic right now. Dos Santos inside, wide open, and laid up and in for Nick Williams. Defense coming apart at the seams right now for the Hawks. And they're running out of gas. Up by 20 for the Mustangs, firmly in command. 7 minutes to go. And Warham, pass outside. Nasia Allen. And now over to Silva. Kicked out again. And over towards Barcinas. Barcinas from 3, deep, and he makes that one. Nick Williams is up to 11 points, and they're really up there, and he's going to be up to 13. Barcinas is up to 10 points. Great response there, back up by 19. 6:28 to go. And corner 3, no good for Silva. Second chance shot is good, and the and one for Josh Summers. And Tavian Tyler gets called for that one. And that'll be the third foul for the Mustangs in this half. And shooting one here will be Summers. Doesn't get it to go, and De Los Santos easily gets the rebound. And Tijan Silva gets taken out. And making a firm talking to from the assistant coaching staff. Inside, wide open for Pena. Had all the time in the world to get that layup. And Nico Pena is really having himself a day, 17 points. Three-point shot here, no good for Enwaram. Easily rebounded by De Los Santos. Outside, this time De Los Santos will try and shoot 3, doesn't go. And rebounded by Jalen DeBose, who's got 4 fouls and needs to watch himself. Kicked outside to Enwaram from 3, doesn't go. Pena gets the rebound. The rebounding has been stout for the Mustangs. Big part of why they're as good as they are. And a shot taken by Dunn, but no shot is called no shot. And Josh Summers will be called for the foul, and that's his first. And the team's 8th, and it'll be a 2 shots coming up here. No, 1-1. Because they said the foul was before he decided to take a shot. And Coach Jeff Brustad having a talk with the ref right now, and the free throw is missed. That's outside. Summers. Mid-range jumper, good. 68-51. Closing the gap just a little bit. Mustangs still on top, under 5 minutes to go. Nico Pena. Outside towards Nick Williams. Jumper doesn't go through from long range. And rebounded easily by Enwaram. Now the Hawks they're kind of going back and forth in shots a little bit. They got to make a bigger run here if they're going to cause damage here and not have misses like that for DeBose from 3. They're definitely going to need some 3-point shots to really string things together here like Daytona did. And they're under 4.5 minutes to go. The Mustangs trying to maintain And three-point shot doesn't go through for Dunn, but the second chance on the rebound does for Fernando de los Santos. That was a beauty. And that brings up to 11. We have 4 players in double digits right now for the Mustangs from Nico Pena. Williams, and the shot from long 3 doesn't go through for Naja Allen. Nick Williams, as well as Tavian Tyler and De Los Santos. And a foul drawn. Shot doesn't go through for Dunn, and he really wanted all of that one. And they're going to call this one against Dakari and Warham. That'll be his 3rd foul. Excuse me, his 2nd foul. And Dunn shoots 2. First free throw is good. Brings him up to 9 points. Potentially could go up to 10 points here. And second one is good. And a full timeout called by the Mustangs as now 5 players scoring in double digits. Monroe leads by 21, 72-51, 3:53 to go. We'll take a quick break here for the full timeout and be back here on the Mustangs YouTube channel. Ben Smith on the call. We'll be back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Mustangs YouTube channel's coverage of men's basketball here from the MAC. Ben Smith on the call with you here. Full timeout was called there by the Mustangs. Let's see what they decide to adjust here with 3:41 to go. Hawks trying to close the gap. That one bounced out. Just barely missed for Williamson. Kicked out, and they still have an opportunity here, and Warham has it. Over the corner. Here comes Barcinas. Sky hooks it, draws the foul, does not land the shot. He'll get to shoot 2 here. And that'll be a call against Fernando de los Santos. That'll be his first. And we're about in the double bonus for Monroe, so that's something they'll exploit. We're not even into the bonus yet from the Hagerstown side of things. It's been a real massacre in the fouls department for them. 18 personal fouls for Hagerstown, 12 for Monroe. And second free throw is good. And full press being played here, and foul. Another one called against Warham. And we will go to the free throw line. Trying to force a panic from the Mustangs, but the Mustangs firmly in control at this point by 18, and they have the double bonus in their favor. So at this point, you're just going to be bleeding more points to the Mustangs. Nothing but net on that one for Tavian Tyler. And second one is good as well, 73-52. And Tavian Tyler continues to have himself a day. Outside, rapid passing around, Trying to find room to get through on the inside. Doesn't work for Williamson. Kick in and out, alternating. Barcenas from 3, wild shot. Doesn't go through. Rebounded by DeBose and then picked up by Dunn. And jump ball forced. It'll be stay with the Hawks. A fresh 30 seconds on the shot clock with 3:02 to go. Inbound to Barcenas in the corner. And now they go outside to Nasia Allen, who has shot so many, missed to throw a ton of threes. Gets another one. This time he will make it. That's commentator's curse, folks. Allen has shot 15 threes. He's made 6. And a foul. And that will be against number 5 of Jalen DeBose for his 5th foul. And he will now foul out. And you can see the score saying 5 fouls. He is out. And Xavier Pickett will come in to relieve his beleaguered teammate as DeBose will come out for the final time. And that'll end his tenure in this contest. Nick Williams will now shoot from the free throw line. First shot is good. One guy still is in trouble is number 11 of Tijan Silva, who sits at 4. Miss on that shot. Rebounded easily by Allen. Barcenas at the point, calling for the next play. Not really seeing much movement on the bench for garbage time for either team right now. Pickett shoots this and doesn't go through. Rebounded by De Los Santos. Gets kicks outside to Pena. Pena having himself a good day. 17 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal. De Los Santos on the verge of a double-double. He's 1 rebound away from 10. And a little bit of an errant pass intended for Riley Dunn over the head, trying to get a little too fancy with it for Tavian Tyler. Sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, it's good to focus on the small ball. Keep it simple. Keep it simple, stupid, as Professor Ashkenazi used to tell me in Russian history class. And that one is no good from 3 for Enwaram. Nico Pena gets the rebound. Driving the inside. Lose the hand on the ball. Pick back off. Over the top of his head for Nick Williams. That was a beauty. (77-55). Monroe firmly in control. Under 2 minutes to go. Hawks would need a miracle to pull this one back. Shot from 3 is good for Dakari and Warm. As right as I say that. That's commentator's curse, ladies and gentlemen. Williams kicks it out to the outside. And Monroe has the benefit of time that they can just kind of kill down some of the clock here. Reverse. Jumper from 3. And it's good for Fernando de los Santos. 14 for him now. Evens him up with Tavian Tyler. Nasia Allen. Skyhooks. Doesn't get the shot, but he does get the foul. And then it'll be De Los Santos gets called for that one. He's trying to plead his case with the ref. He just needs 1 rebound and he'll have his double-double. He has 3 assists as well. Leading the way in assists for Mustangs. It's Tavian Tyler 4 and Dunn with 4. Both free throws are good for Nasia Allen. Knocked out of bounds by Barcenas as they inbound it to Tavian Tyler. It'll still be a Mustangs ball. Full press being played here with 1:09 to go. As Monroe leads 80-60. Hawks don't have much choice in the matter at this point. Rebounded deep to Pena. Pena having himself a very solid day. On the final minute, reverses. Getting it to Tyler and now to De Los Santos. Back outside. Way inside. Great play. Can't get to go through. Second chance shot is good. So one shot coming up here for the end, after the end one for Riley Dunn. A little bit of a delay call if they were going to credit it. It misses. Rebounded. Scramble for the ball here and a foul. Xavier Pickett and Nick Williams got into a little argy-bargy there. Nick Williams is going to get called for the foul and turns it over to Hagerstown, who have, it's now its 6th foul for Monroe. That foul count was a big part of it to help. As to the dominance in play for the Mustangs in the later stages of this one. And that free throw is good. One more in his favor. 82-61. 41.9 seconds remaining. And the second free throw is good for Xavier Pickett. He's one of 4 players that got double digits for this Hagerstown team, along with Barcenas with 11, Naja Allen with 17, and also Josh Summers with 12. The point here, under 30 seconds to go. Barring the apocalypse, Mustangs will walk away with this one with a victory. De Los Santos skyhooks it, can't get it to go through. Scramble for the rebound, and Pickett gets it. Tries to get to Barcenas, kicked outside from 3 and Warham. Doesn't go, and De Los Santos gets the rebound, and that's your double-double for the man right there, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we were looking for. I was hoping. And sometimes God listens and he answers prayers. And Fernando Dos Santos will get to go to the line. That'll be another foul for Warham. And first one, nothing but net for De Los Santos. Yes, please. Thank you. And second one is good as well. Final 10 seconds of play here. Hagerstown trying to get something on a high note, and they'll do it right there with a beauty of an outside 3 for Naja Allen. And that'll run down the clock to nothing. And with that, Monroe wins 84-65 over Hagerstown here to end this one. And that's our final home broadcast of the season. Though before we firmly go on break, there's still 3 more games down in Arizona. Men's basketball will be traveling for. They play Central Arizona on Wednesday at 1:30 against Central Arizona. Then they play Cochise on the 18th, followed by Arizona Western on the 19th, before they firmly go on Christmas break. On behalf of all of us here on the Mustangs YouTube channel, I want to thank Darla Delgado, Natalie Sarmiento from our athletic communication staff, and our esteemed student workers, and Francis Santos, our facilities coordinator, for all the work here this semester. Ben Smith saying, Happy holidays and Merry Christmas. We'll see you in 2026.